everybody in NASCAR is not racist. I mean, you can't stop with this broad brush stuff. Everybody in NASCAR is not racist. They said, well, I said, well, you know what? You know Joe Gibbs? I go, yeah, I know Joe Gibbs. I said, 25 years ago, Joe Gibbs had a black quarterback. You think he's racist? I said, man, you just picked one guy. I said, exactly. So here's one guy that's doing the right thing. So instead of taking the plane and flying it into the building, right, you're going to kill everybody in the building, right? Because everybody in the building is not a bad guy. Everybody in the building didn't do it, right? So let's find the one or two people that are doing the right thing, right? At least from our perspective, and promote them. So that sort of led to those discussions. That led to the New York Stock Exchange. That led to Racing Toward Diversity. And again, we started, our first issue was basically more about NASCAR, and it sort of morphed into the other aspects that we started to see other people doing a great job. I hope that answered it. And one more? Have you ever been put in a box based on prejudice? All the time. But you know, who put you in the box? You get in the box. You get in the box. I'm not getting in the box. I'm not. Hey, you know, well, you need to be over here. Really? You know, tell your wife I said I. You know, I'm what can I say? You know, what's happening from what I see? What color is a great idea? What color is a great idea? When you hear somebody sing, and I mean they're hitting this, and I this little kid. I mean you hear somebody sing, and they're singing, and you go, and you could be walking by, and you go, wow. I mean you hear it. Who was that? And you go and you see this little kid, and you go. That's, I mean, everybody has to me, everybody's got a gift. You got a gift. So what color is a great idea? To me, you know, the companies that are doing well, I come to you and again say I'm this little gnarled guy and I'm living in a cave in Bolivia. But I got the cure for cancer. I've got it. So because you look at me and I don't fit some model that you're okay with, you're like, man, it's impossible that this person could do this. Well, guess what? I go next door and, you know, I'm putting you out of business now because you're telling me that you can't. Well, who are you? Right? And this is what, there's guys like you that are sitting in a garage. The next thing, Google's calling you saying, hey, you know, we want to, we'd like to cut you. Who's the guy that's going to try to sell $3 billion? The guy said, no. Who was it? It's not right. So, I mean, when people come to you with ideas, it's best to be almost like Helen Keller. It doesn't matter. I think the deans, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, it's a great idea. I don't have to like you. I don't have to marry you. I don't have to, go on a date with you. You're doing a job. And if you do the job, I'm going to pay you and try to make you feel good so you can do good work. Me giving you a hard time and, this guy's brilliant and I'm giving him a hard time. I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Talent tends to go where it's appreciated. And if it's not appreciated, you start your own deal. So I tend to ramble, but I don't know that. So if you want to get in the box, seriously, if you want to get in the box, get in. Sometimes it might be fun in the box. So you never know. It might be, hey, let's try it. That's a diverse thing. Let's get in the box and see what happens. But if not, I say, do your best work. Do your best work. And the companies that recognize your best work for who you are, when you put in 60, 70 hours, you'll want to do it. As opposed to, man, I got to go to this place. And trust me, you're not doing your best work. You're not going to get your best product out if that's how you're going to that. Hey, one more guy. What is the biggest difference in diversity of sports? I think it's starting to come together. There was a guy that I'll go back to Charles Pittman. again, he probably didn't go out the way he wanted to, but I had the opportunity to sit down with some time with Joe Paterno. Charles played for Joe, and again, it was tragic the way it ended. I'm pretty sure that's not what he wanted. But I'm sitting there and he's talking about some of the greatest athletes, Charles Pittman, the Franco Harrises that have played for him. And Joe, in his wisdom, was like, he said, I've got things I have to do. There's a space that's going to open up. And remember, he had linebacker U. Remember that? It was linebacker U. Is everybody? Anyway, guys, I might be dating myself. It was called linebacker U. And he said, there's this hole that's going to open up in a line, and it's going to be about a 210-pound running back, running about a 4.5 40 from this spot. Right? I need somebody when that person emerges, right? He's coming like a train. I need somebody that can stop that person. Right? You could be a grandmother from Brazil. If you can stop that person, hey, Grandma, go to the equipment guy and get some pads. I'm going to pad you up, and we're going to put you on the field. The best people play. I'm going to play the best people, regardless of what you look. It doesn't matter what you look at. Companies, I think, are coming to that, where now, in this global environment, you know what? I'm sending product over to China. I need the best people working on it. Why do I want the worst person working on that product? You don't. So I think as sports, and you can see this when you've got that where the playing field becomes where if you've got a job requirement, whatever the job requirement is, a wide receiver. Well, it's not good to have a wide receiver that's running a 10 up. You need wide receivers to run about 4, 4, 4, 5. You can do that. Who am I to say what you should or should not look like? So I see them sort of coming. It's sort of slow. I see a lot of the companies that have come to that realization, and again, still may not be comfortable with the word diversity. Now embracing that globalization, where they go, that's just good business sense. Yes, and I won't even bring up the word diversity because that seems to. But again, those companies that now say, we want women on our board, they're finding them. And if you got to fire the search firm that keeps telling you can't find women, there's people out here that can. So, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.